Good afternoon. It's my best accent that I can muster. Well, my name is Bill. I'm the other part of the 45 years that you heard about earlier. And I would like to say that I have been an active parent, changing aspects of my life because of the children, to make sure I'm present. I refuse to have children who don't know who I am. And we have a date night every Monday, the two of us. So in case you thought it was just a one-sided story. Just a little introduction. Our children counted up. I've had 16 jobs in my life. I wasn't aware of that. And the first one was picking cotton as a child. So beside that, I've been an engineer, I've been a pastor, I'm a chaplain, I'm a business owner, and I know I'm missing something else. So I have a survey. I'm writing a book. I'm concluding it on criticism. So I have a survey form. I would appreciate your filling it out and returning them to me. There's some on that table and some out in the lobby. That would be a big help to me. So a little bit about my story. I'm 8 years old, standing in the backyard of my parents' home in Barber Junction, North Carolina. I've just finished cutting the grass with our very first used gas-powered mower. I'm standing there, looking at the machine, listening to the motor, and wondering about that spark plug wire. Now, I know it has to be attached in order for the machine to run. So while it's running, I'm looking at that wire, asking myself, can I get the machine to stop by pulling it off without turning off the throttle? So I just reach down and boom! And I'm shocked. And I end up on the ground beside the mower and it's still running. What just happened? How did that happen? A major aspect of my identity, as far back as I can remember, is my innocent essence of curiosity, the seed that is within all of us, that potential from birth. It's there. And I know mine is curiosity. I have questions. I want to know, how does the world work? How are the pieces of life's puzzle supposed to fit together? But there's a major problem in exploring my curiosity. In my childhood time, there was a mantra with all of the adults. Children are to be seen and not heard. That was it. Questions, not welcome and not generally allowed. Questions could be embarrassing, painful, and in the Jim Crow South of the U.S., could be deadly. I challenged the system a few times. I'm still here. So the mantra was obey and avoid punishment. I had become comfortable asking questions of one person, and that was my dad. But he died 2 years ago, leaving my mom as a widow, age 29, with me and 2 younger children. When Dad didn't come home that October night of 1952, the questions just multiplied, and there's nowhere to go to ask. So to compensate for the lack of asking questions, the freedom to ask questions, I began to ruminate inside. And I would, quote, figure things out as best I could. That carried over to school. And when I didn't grasp something in school, I would just figure it out as best I could and let that suffice, because it's too dangerous, too risky to ask questions. Along the way, I figured out that my mom didn't like me. I never heard her say, "I love you." What I did hear repeatedly was, "Boy, don't you know I will kill you," with a certain look and usually followed by some kind of beating. Time out, what was that? Whippings, beatings, brutal. So, based on my experience, I concluded that something was wrong with me. She didn't like me. I know she's going to kill me sometime. I don't know when, I don't know how, but she's going to kill me. So at age 12, I came upon a solution. I had violated something and I got a beating, and then she ran the bath water, put Epsom salt in it to help, the bruises from the beating. So I get out of the tub and I dry myself off, and I think, I have the solution to the problem of me and my mom. I will kill myself. Yes, that's the right thing to do. This will be a big help for her. She'll be rid of me and that problem will be solved. So I dry myself off, I take the wet towel, I wrap it around my neck, I pull the ends as tight as I can get them, satisfied that I'm going to help her out. So I'm standing there waiting for death, concluding this will help her. So my chest is getting tight, and all of a sudden the thought comes, if she comes in here and finds you dead on the floor with this towel wrapped around your neck, she will kill you. Now I have a double death anxiety attack. Oh, no, this is a bad idea. Oh, and it's tight, and I gasp. I was like, okay, that wasn't a good idea. Whew. I'm pretty sure she never found out, because if she had, well, you can read between the lines. You want to die, huh? I can fix that for you. The beating stopped when I was 15. I'm sitting in one room, and my 10-year-old brother, is being beaten in the other room by my mom. I hear his cries, the lashes on his body. I hear my mother's voice yelling and screaming at him. And my innocent essence of curiosity spoke a statement, did not ask a question. It said, "Do something to rescue your brother from this brutality." Do something. All of a sudden, I find myself standing up, going into the next room, which that itself was a violation. My mother is leaning on her knees, resting from the beating that she's given my brother, getting her second wind for the next round of lashes. I walk in and she sees me and she stands, and before she can speak, I say, "Don't hit him anymore." She stands up with that look, and I know what's coming, but before she can say it, I say, "If you have to hit somebody, hit me." She stopped, dropped her arms, turned, and walked away. No more beatings. That act prompted me to dig deeper with this curiosity and unearth that innocent essence that had been suppressed but not destroyed. I decided to ponder life beyond Barber Junction. After finishing high school, I went to a different college in another state. I chose a different major, and eventually I found a girlfriend who was from another part of the country altogether. These were some of the acts of healing from the physical, psychosocial, cultural wounds of my inheritance. At age 37, curiosity led me to start figuring out that there's more to our story than me. The big question now came to me is, what is my mom's story? What's her life commandments? I had had a lot of healing things in the interim, And now I have the courage to say, well, let me walk in her shoes as best I can. So I begin to explore her past from history and from the relatives, and I discover that she had inherited a way of staying alive based on the post-slavery deconstruction, some people call it reconstruction, Jim Crow era, conforming to the wishes and dreams of plantation owners without questions, knowing that their interest was only profit, with no consideration of life, liberty, nor the pursuit of happiness for us. This new understanding, along with an empty chair experience that I did with my mom, who was not present, was really healing. I learned to love her. I learned. It did not come natural. I learned to say I love you to her. And as they say in quantum physics, when you change the way you look at things and people, the people that you look at will change. Sure enough, when I changed my outlook of my mom, she changed. And eventually she began to say, I love you to me. So this paradigm shift ushered us into a new set of operating principles of life, mutual respect, forgiveness, and an abundance of wonderful memories and stories for the remaining decades of her life. The point that I understand now, based on the innocent essence, is that to protect and honor the innocent essence, the treasure within each person, avoid defining people by their outer appearances, which diminishes or can destroy them. Defining them by their appearance would be like opening the seed to put the tree in it, thinking that it's going to grow, when actually you just destroyed it. So we nurture the seed that is gifted to us, care for it, so that it will grow and what is in it will manifest itself. The outcome of protecting and honoring the innocent essence is a fuller, enriched life with meaning and joy, contributing to a better world for us all. Live as fully as you dare.